This video is going to be very important because whenever you send a campaign, either if you're using the campaign or the workflow, you need to tag a user. So what a user means, just let me try to explain this as simple as I can. You can create something called a dummy user, and that user is assigned a phone number. So essentially, we use these dummy users to add more numbers to our campaign. Now, I'm going to show you how to do it, but every single campaign needs to have, you need to tag a dummy user that actually has a phone number. So every single phone number can only send about up to 200 messages. I like to play it safe, so I keep it under 180 messages. So if you are, this is a list, this is a campaign, correct, right? This is a manual call campaign, but even if it was a texting campaign, we still have to assign one number. Is each number, each dummy user has one number, and that one number can only send up to 180 messages to new contacts per day. So with that information in mind, if you want to send 1,000 messages every day, how many numbers are you going to need? You're going to need 5 numbers, and you're going to need 5 dummy users. So what you would do is, first thing, you got to purchase numbers. And this also applies to workflows. If this is the campaign you're going to send out, you need to have a phone number attached to it. So you'll attach a dummy user. Same thing for workflows. If we hop on over here and this test campaign here, we have to actually have a user here, of which the only reason we use assigned users is to use phone numbers to actually attach a number to it. That's what's called a dummy user. It's not really a login or anything like that. Step 1 to creating your dummy users, which are your placeholders for the phone numbers that you want to assign to every campaign. You have to go into settings, and you have to actually buy the numbers. So you'll go into phone numbers. Right here on phone numbers, you're going to click, first you want to complete your 10 DLC if you have an LLC. If you don't, then you really can't. But you're just going to go ahead and add number here, and you're just going to type in your area code, whatever area code. So pick a number from the local area, search, buy it. Now that you have your number and it's been purchased, what I want you to do is follow these instructions. I want you to buy 5 numbers. If you want to send 1,000 messages per day, or let's just keep it to that standard, 1,000 messages per day, you're going to need 5 numbers. If you want to send only 400 messages, you're only going to need 2 numbers. If you want to send 800 messages, you are going to need 4 numbers. So pretty much every single number can only send up to 200 messages. I have my own personal rule of 180 messages per number. But yes, buy 5 numbers. And now, once you bought the 5 numbers, you are going to head over to My Staff, and you are going to create those placeholders for the numbers, those dummy users. Now let's hop on to Staff. Now the reason I'm saying dummy users is because in Staff you can actually create real logins. Like you can click Add Employee, and you can actually have your VAs a real password for your VA, a real number, and a real login for your VA. And then your VA can go to reireply.com and actually log in with that information. But for the numbers that we're just creating placeholders, we don't have to actually put real information since it's just a placeholder. So let me show you. You will repeat this 5 times. Since you have 5 numbers, you have to create 5 dummy users. So the first step is just to write, go over here, scroll all the way down, gonna go into user permission. You can decide what permission you don't want to give it, but I just check everything because this is a dummy user. This is not a real login. And select Tulio number. Now you are going to do this 5 times. So you'll select your first number. You'll select that. You're just going to go to user availability, and you are just going to select from all the times that this number is able to work and send messages. I would just do from 8 to like 7 p.m. Something like that would work fine. You're going to take this number here and you're going to write it as a last name. So you will just write phone and then here the last name. So this number we'll put right here. Go ahead and add the number. You are going to need a password, so you can put a fake password in here. I would really recommend a fake password, like anything, literally, because this is not a real login. No one is going to be logged in. You're also going to create a fake email. So just like that, webstery@gmail.com. We are just creating dummy users, which are just placeholders for our numbers. You're going to need special characters and whatnot. So just fulfill those requirements. Now that you save, and boom, you have your phone right here. Now you are going to repeat this 5 times. You're going to create number 1, number 2, number 3, number 4, and you're going to repeat those same steps. Now, once you have your 5 users, you can go into your campaign, or if you're using workflows, same thing. It's exactly the same thing. You'll go into your campaign, and now, this is the replied campaign, excuse me. Go into your campaign. So let me test campaign 1, right? We can actually go here, user, assign to user, and we can now tag the phone number that it's going to use when it sends this campaign. You get what I'm saying? You also want to tag your VA. Remember, this is a real user. The real users that are your logins should not have a phone number. This is just going to let the system know, okay, this user that's logged in is also going to be responding and responsible for any messages that are coming in for this number. So I would tag your VA, create a real account for them with a real password, no phone number, and I would tag the actual phone number, which is a dummy user, which is just a placeholder. It has a fake password, a fake email. You're never going to use it to log in. It's just a placeholder. And this one holds the number. This main login does not hold the number, but it has real credentials to just log in. So then you'll save just like that. And then when you send out the campaign, guess what's going to happen? It's going to send messages using this number. So just easy like that. So this is just what I wanted to cover. I hope you guys understand. You're going to buy 5 numbers. You're going to create 5 dummy users. And then essentially when you create your campaigns or your workflows, you are going to assign those numbers, those dummy users, to your campaigns or your workflows. It doesn't matter if you want to pick all 5 numbers, or maybe you want to do different campaigns, have different numbers. Totally up to you. The point of this video was just to show you how you are going to be using different numbers and how you can use users as placeholders. If you have more questions, make sure to reach out to the Reireply support team. They can definitely help you out.